Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all are doing well and welcome back to my series. And first of all, I would like to apologize to all of you people who were waiting and who were just waiting to hear us. Actually, there was some technical glitch due to which we got a bit late. So yeah, let's just continue without further ado now. And today we have yet an amazing topic with a wonderful guest who's going to share some beautiful insights and her subjective experiences regarding juggling motherhood and career altogether. So a very woman empowering and interesting topic, right? So over to you, Binish. Please introduce yourself.
Assalamualaikum everyone. This is Venus Saqib, and I am a mother of two boys, an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. So that's quite a gap between both of them, like 5 years. So, different phases of life and juggling between that too. By profession, I have a working experience as a banker, and then I was also working as an early year educator with a very well known school. And then, of course, life changes. I got married, and the demanding roles required different kind of attention. So I took a break. So yeah.
Right, very true. Life happens, and definitely we have to just roll around accordingly with different roles and responsibilities that come our way. So, how is life going, Vinesh, so far with kids
Yeah,
and bringing them up?
life is good, and definitely when you're working somewhere, the topic is really close to my heart because I'm living it, and
Yes,
it's a constant struggle. You have to be somewhere, but the different roles of a woman life requires different kind of attention at different point in time, and it completely depends on every individual take it and how they want to move with that. So in my case, I took a break, but see, this is not a one size fit all approach. So what
very
works
true.
for me might not work for somebody else, and what works for somebody else might not work for me. Like, हम सब अपनी अपनी
Makes
लाइफ
sense.
में different struggles, different scenarios, different circumstances से गुजर रहे होते हैं. तो it's not same for anybody. वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट या वुमेन के पास एक जो पावर होना या वुमेन की स्ट्रेंथ को चेक करना या समझना कि क्या है. तो आई थिंक कि वुमेन के पास इतनी एक औरत के पास इतनी स्ट्रेंथ होती है
Okay.
कि वो किसी भी रोल में हो, she is able to do something, and she
Absolute.
all the women gives 100% to whatever they are doing. जिस भी फील्ड में है,
Totally.
जिस भी जगह है, they have this talent. Women has this talent or a skill, or you can say a
Something
strength,
natural,
something
natural given by.
natural that multitask कर सकती हैं. एक वक्त में 3 बच्चों को जवाब दे सकते हैं, 2 बच्चों को जवाब दे सकते हैं, साथ साथ अपना कोई काम भी कर सकते हैं. if there's a passion, if you have a passion for something, तो आप साथ साथ वो भी कर सकते हैं. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं इसमें, अपनी हेल्थ, अपनी मेंटल हेल्थ, अपनी
Right. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, she's back.
sorry. So yeah, there's a list of things that you need to consider while you wanna pursue a career. And of course there's a different role that you have to play, like a mother or a wife, or you have a family and you have so many responsibilities जो आप ही का काम है. being a mother by law, by God nature, ये एक मदर को दिया है कि वो नर्चर करती है, केयर करती है. एंड एक एक्स्ट्रा स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ पेशेंस होती है वुमेन के पास. तो
Very true.
डेफिनेटली वो रोल करते करते अगर किसी को अपने पैशन को परस्यू करना है, या कोई ड्रीम्स हैं, या कोई नीड है काम करने की, सो हाउ आर दे गोइंग टू मैनेज एवरीथिंग एंड everything at the same time? It's not an easy
And
task for
plus,
anybody.
there is a
Yeah.
lot of stigma associated with these kind of things as well. I mean, whenever we talk about women empowerment, it's not something easy. I mean, it does come very naturally to women, like as you just mentioned, multitasking karna or सारा कुछ एक साथ सारी roles and responsibilities लेके चलना. But again,
Yeah.
बहुत ज़्यादा एक like misconception rotates around this kind of thing. जैसे कि again women are considered to be very weak and probably के थक जाती हैं जल्दी, या वो physical strength की ability probably नहीं होती. Little does the world know that the women, I mean, they are like really resilient creatures, and they can just do about anything. I mean,
Yes, they can do anything and everything. ठीक है.
so shed some light
आप
on your experiences.
या सो डेफिनेटली एक स्ट्रगल होता है आपका अपनी फैमिली लाइफ और अपने पैशन को या बिजनेस को या जॉब को, किसी भी किस्म का करियर जो आप बनाना चाह रहे हैं ऑन योर समथिंग दैट यू वांट फॉर योर सेल्फ, फॉर योर सेटिस्फैक्शन, एक कांस्टेंट स्ट्रगल है, बिकॉज आपको दूसरे रोल्स भी अपने साथ लेके चलने, एंड यू हैव टू डू एक्स्ट्रा वर्क, because that's you who are going to fulfill everything. So there are a lot of things to consider, but let's just start up or discuss 5 things for now. So the 5 things में सबसे पहले, first I would say it's a choice and flexibility. You have to consider that. There are women who choose to be a stay-at-home mom, like 24/7, um, parenting, family, house, everything. वो घर का काम भी शायद खुद कर रही हो, वो ग्रोसरी भी खुद से कर रही होती हैं, वो बच्चे भी देख रही हैं, वो ट्यूटर भी बनी हुई है बच्चों की, वो ड्रॉप भी कर रही हैं, वो पिक भी कर रही हैं, वो ड्राइवर भी हैं, वो शेफ भी हैं, वो कुक, नर्स, एवरीथिंग. So we can't say कि stay at home mom है तो she is not doing anything, because
and
वो जो एक रोल है, that's a 24 hours job, and that's
and
unpaid
an
job.
unpaid job.
Yes,
Yes.
completely unpaid. And unpaid तो है ही, but it's also taken for granted के
Hold on.
what are you doing, you're not bringing anything to the table.
Hmm.
But अगर वो वुमेन भी ऑफिस चली जाए मे बी, या कुछ कर ले, तो ये जो सारी आपकी प्रोवाइड की हुई चीजें हैं, लाइक बीइंग अ ड्राइवर, बीइंग अ शेफ, बीइंग अ नर्स, बीइंग अ ट्यूटर, you have
लग
to pay
पता
the
जाता
cost
है.
for all that. You have to pay the cost
Yes.
for all that. So definitely वो भी एक टास्क है, और वो बहुत मुश्किल टास्क है. And then there are women जो चूज करती हैं to work completely, like 9 to 5, and they have a setting, उनके circumstances उनको allow करते हैं या need होती है, but they work accordingly what is best for them. एंड फिर वो अपनी पेरेंटिंग में, ऐसा नहीं है कि कहीं पेरेंटिंग में लैकिंग होगी या कुछ होगा. ऑफ कोर्स दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग एवरी अदर थिंग टू देयर किड्स, एंड दे माइट बी गिविंग क्वालिटी टाइम ओवर द क्वांटिटी टाइम. दे आर नॉट सिटिंग 24/7 अपने बच्चों के सर पे, बट वो जितनी देर है दे आर प्रेजेंट देयर. सो
Hmm.
ये जो एक मिथ है कि अगर औरत काम कर रही है तो वो बच्चे निग्लेक्ट हो रहे हैं या कुछ, सो दे आर बैलेंसिंग एंड मैनेजिंग दैट टू. Then there comes people like women like me who try and find the flexible work arrangements. Like, I want to work something, I want to pursue my career, but timings मेरे अपने हिसाब से मुझे रखने होंगे, because if I am on a corporate job, तो वो 9 to 5 की जॉब है, एंड उसकी एक बाउंडिंग है, उसकी एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, एक रिक्वायरमेंट है. इफ इट्स नॉट एन ईजी थिंग फॉर मी टू डू, या मेरी प्रायोरिटी वो नहीं है, सो एक एज आती है, देयर कम्स एन एज कि आपके बच्चे स्टेबल हैं, दे आर स्कूल गोइंग, दे आर समवेयर, एंड यू कैन अगेन स्टार्ट अप. तो देयर आपका ये होता है कि आप अपने बिजनेस को स्टार्टअप करते हैं, या कोई भी पैशन जो आपको है आप उस पर काम करते हैं, तो वहाँ you're your own boss. When you're your own boss, you have another set of responsibilities, definitely.
Very
क्योंकि
true. Very
वहाँ
true.
आपने हर चीज खुद से करनी है, कोई चीज आप डेलीगेट नहीं कर सकते, कोई चीज आप कोई और करके आपको नहीं दे देगा. एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट टू एंड आपने ही सब कुछ करना है. सो यू हैव टू
Like
मैनेज
you
के
are
उसको.
you are your own savior, basically.
सॉरी.
You are your own savior, basically.
या
आपने खुद ही खुद को सेव करना होता है हर मतलब मुश्किल में.
एग्जैक्टली. तो अब आप अपनी जो भी अरेंजमेंट करेंगे, उसमें यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल अबाउट योर हेल्थ ऑल्सो, यू नो prioritizing and everything. So first would be that. Second, I would say support system. You have to build your strong support system network
Of
around
course.
you. You have to see कि आपके पास अब ये भी सबके लिए सेम नहीं होगा. Few people might have a support, few people might not have a support. जिनके पास support है वो lucky enough and blessed है in any form. और अगर support system आपका strong नहीं है, you have to communicate, you have to take help from your friends or family, and you have to barter the help also at times, like you take care of my kids at this time at this hour because there's my work requirement, and you can ask them to take care of the kids कि आप उनके बच्चों को डे केयर कर लेंगे when they have their work scheduled. So you have to make those kind of arrangements around you. You have to build a strong support system. You have to ask for help. You have to ask for support basically, and it can vary for everybody and anyone.
And
वो
again,
किसी को
there's nothing wrong when we need a little bit of help, or when we actually feel that probably we're having a lot of crippling anxiety and our
yeah.
mental health is like, kind of falling apart, because it's always very normal, to ask
Hmm,
for some assistance. कोई मसला नहीं है,
definitely.
अगेन क्योंकि इस बात के आगे भी बहुत स्टिग्मा हो जाता है ना, तो
Yeah.
कोई बात.
Definitely. Then there comes number three is time management. If you are a working woman and you have a family to look after, so you have to manage your time accordingly. Time scheduled for work, time scheduled for your kids, your family, and for yourself, which is the most important time. Like
Me,
you
me time.
can't ignore your health, you can't ignore your food, you can't ignore your mental health and overall the stress and the everything. So you have to make a to-do list, journal everything, write down the pointers, reminders for everything, because of course it's one brain working for everything. So definitely वो you need a reminders, you need a सारे आपने setting करके but time manage करके organize करके you can achieve what you want in your life, because आपके passion और आपके goals को reach करना है अगर आपको, so you have to work for that slowly and steady, but you have to, so you have to arrange your timings and organize things accordingly. Then number fourth, I would say self care. अगर आप अपनी मेंटल हेल्थ का ख्याल रखेंगे, आप सेल्फ केयर करेंगे, so you're able to be there for your work and for your kids too, with a happy mind, with a relaxing time, कि आप relaxed हैं तो आपका mood ठीक है, आप एक quality time दे रहे हैं, आपका role as a worker, as a mother, जिस चीज की जब requirement आ रही है, you're working for it happily, because you have to have that mental capacity to deal with all kind of stress and everything coming to you. So you have to have that sense of compassion and empathy for yourself.
For your own
You
self.
have
Very
to
true.
have, like, yeah. So without that, I think हम फंक्शन नहीं कर सकते, because there comes a time कि अगर हम कोई चीज कोर्स भी कर रहे हैं, कोई अपग्रेडेशन कर रहे हैं, कुछ कर रहे हैं, एक साथ बहुत सारा काम आ गया है, एंड ऑफ कोर्स आपके बच्चे हैं, आप उनको पढ़ा भी रहे हैं, उनको डील भी कर रहे हैं, उनके मेंटल ट्रॉमा, उनके बिहेवियर, उनके इश्यूज, उनकी मेल्टडाउन्स एंड सब चीजों को खुद ही केटर कर रहे हैं. सो देयर कम्स अ टाइम कि आप भी एग्जॉस्ट होते हैं, एंड फिर वो एग्जॉशन हम निकालते हैं या अपने बच्चों पे या अपने सराउंडिंग में, विच इज नॉट द राइट वे टू
Solution
डू.
or right way.
या इट्स नॉट द सोल्यूशन, बट अगर हम इस चीज को अपना पैम्पर करें, खुद को भी मी टाइम भी दें, रिलैक्सेशन का टाइम भी रखें, तो मे बी ये सारी चीजें हम अच्छे से मैनेज कर सकते हैं कि इसमें फिर हमारे मेल्टडाउन्स की जो एक फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो कम हो सकती है, हमें एक गुस्सा कम आ सकता है, बिकॉज वी हैव टू कीप आवर सेल्फ एज कूल एज पॉसिबल, बिकॉज बच्चे हैं, वो मे बी आपकी बहुत कोई इंपॉर्टेंट मीटिंग चल रही हो, मीटिंग कॉल हो, बट दे कैन कम, बिकॉज किड बीइंग अ किड, he can act as crazy as he would want आपकी important call के बीच में, and that time you have to decide के priority क्या है. You can or definitely ask your work related issue to have a hold, and you can prioritize to, you know, the requirement of your kid that time, that he needs you at that very moment. You can
Again,
definitely take a 2 minutes break. 2 मिनट का ब्रेक वहां से लेके इसको समझा दिया, एंड देन
again,
आप
there
कर
is
सकते
where
हो.
the gentle parenting comes in, right? I mean, being
Yeah,
gentle is the key, actually. I mean, it's
definitely.
just not an escape. We just lash out on kids. Matlab.
Yeah, definitely. And then number five, I would say expectations and judgments or peer pressure, you can say. जब आप जगल कर रहे होते हैं दो जगह, जॉब भी कर रहे हैं, so at times आपकी society is hard on you. Your family is hard on you because they are so habitual of seeing you around, being available. तो उनकी
Hmm.
expectations आपसे different है. So you have to have a communication, clear communication with everybody in your family around you, that this is the scenario now, and this is what mama is doing, and mama needs time. So you have to make your kids understand first, and then slowly and gradually you take out time for yourself, and your kids are at some particular age where you think or you feel you can hop back in your career or
Career.
job or anywhere you want to, because आपने एक ब्रेक लिया, because वो आपने प्रायोरिटाइज किया उस टाइम पे जब बच्चे छोटे थे, एंड यू न्यू के ये जो रिक्वायरमेंट है आपके बच्चे की, ये आपके अलावा कोई नहीं कर सकेगा. सो यू डिसाइडेड कि इसको मैं ब्रेक लूंगी, क्योंकि मेरे लिए मेरे किड्स आर इम्पोर्टेंट, तो मैंने ब्रेक ले ली जैसे कि मैंने किया, अपना करियर ब्रेक लिया, बिकॉज आई फेल्ट के जो अटेंशन या जो एक इमोशनल नीड अपने बच्चे को मैं प्रोवाइड कर सकती हूँ, उसकी रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं है.
So,
मुझे लगा फॉर
hmm.
फ्यू पीपल दैट थिंग वर्क्स, फॉर फ्यू वुमेन दैट वर्क्स. तो वेरी गुड फॉर देम कि जिनके लिए वो काम कर रहा है. आप there's nothing like a career break आ गया, so you can never go back to your career again. There comes a time, but definitely उस चीज के लिए you have to keep yourself upgrading and keep learning about things, about new technologies, about the new needs of your time, just like doing some crash courses or upgrading yourself. You're not working, but you're upgrading yourself for yourself, and of course you're going to impress your kids too. You're the role model for them. So if, like,
Great.
I talk about my son, he gets impressed if I'm working on a laptop or if I'm editing something, if I'm making something. He's like, mama, you know a lot. And
Hmm.
even right now, some AI techniques or AI tools or something, how do you know everything? Like, he's like, आपके बच्चे आपके
Wow.
फैन होते हैं.
My mom is so smart. Pहले cheerleaders आपके actually.
Yes, definitely. And there you go. आपका एक जो आप अपना पैशन भी परस्यू करते हैं, so you have this thing in mind कि आपको जो पैशन आप परस्यू कर रहे हो उसमें अपने बच्चों का रोल मॉडल बनना है, क्योंकि if they are seeing you handling a lot of roles at the same time, so they have the courage to be open to a lot of things that comes in their life.
Very
जैसे
true.
कि स्पोर्ट्स में कुछ है, बट एग्जाम भी है, फिर कोई कुछ भी है, और आगे बढ़ते बढ़ते ऑफिस है, कॉन्फ्रेंस है, चीजें हैं, a lot of things are going to come on in your plate. So how are you managing it? So you leave an impression on your kids in that way too. So you have to keep learning, keep upgrading, and be in that field somehow. Keep yourself attached to that passion or the field that you want to be in. If you had a career like an educator, so you have to be, if you're not even teaching right now, but you have to be in the field. You have to keep upgrading and taking the conferences or the courses that involves the upgradation of a teacher, as an educator, or if you're working as a corporate sector, in a corporate sector,
employee.
you have to keep yourself upgraded as per the need of the corporate world requirement. So yeah, these are the five things I just highlighted right now, and there can be many other things. But somebody who wants to, I would not say I or any other woman would be balancing it perfectly. Nobody can do that because there's no balancing in that. Uh, it's like prioritizing and constant एक जंग है. आपने बैलेंस करना है देयर एंड देन कि किस चीज को किस वक्त आपकी कितनी रिक्वायरमेंट है. सो वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट एंड अपने पैशन को परस्यू करने के लिए these are all the things that I would say कि आप करें.
Very true. And I really appreciate all the wonderful insights and the subjective experience that you just shared. And I can also see the audience appreciating you, like in the comment section. And yes, thank you so much, Mavish and MK Shots. There's this ID. Someone also commented, and Mavish just said that you're speaking her mind out, actually. And I am sure a lot of women would be agreeing with you on this, very aspect, because a lot of people could be, I mean, very much relating to what you've just said. Because
Yeah,
again, real woman empowerment तो यही है ना कि just keeping your head high like a queen, continue doing, a lot of things that life throws your way, and again not flinching.
yes,
So, and again, as you said, कि बच्चों के लिए role model होना, this is something super important, because if the mother actually crashes down probably in every other thing, then वो बच्चों पे भी उस तरह का impact नहीं पड़ता. So
exactly.
again, it's like yes, very
But
inspiring.
then again, I would say it's different for everybody, and you have to decide what's best for you. And Javeria, there was this one theory.
Hmm.
It's a research. It's in Harvard Business Review, and the research says the progress principle, and it's a research done by a Harvard professor, and that states that somebody who's very who's feeling very fulfilled in both the lives, like as a worker, as a working woman, and as a parent and everybody. So that person is particularly उन सारे लोगों की एक ही चीज एक कॉमन में है, and that is make progress on one thing a day that matters to you. So
Very true.
it's a slow baby steps, and by doing that कि आपने आज एक चीज अचीव की है, एक प्रोग्रेस
Hmm.
हुई है, आपने एक नई चीज सीखी है, एक नया स्टेप लिया है, ठीक है, एक
Hmm.
पेरेंटल रोल, आपकी डिफरेंट रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, आप जॉब छोड़ देते हैं, कभी आप करियर छोड़ देते हैं अपना, कभी अपने पैशन के लिए वर्क कर रहे हैं अगर, तो भी यू कांट जस्ट रैंडमली कि आज ये सोचा है कल ये स्टार्ट कर दिया. इट टेक्स टाइम. तो अगर आप इस प्रिंसिपल पे काम करते हैं, सो यू विल फील द सेंस ऑफ कंट्रोल एंड द सेंस ऑफ प्रोग्रेस within yourself.
Also a
And
healthy balance.
science, exactly, and science tells us if you feel the sense of control and sense of progress, then it makes you more happy, more effective, and more confident in whatever you're doing. So you're more productive towards your
That's
work,
correct.
your family life, your kids, your all the roles, whatever the responsibilities you have. If you're happy and confident inside, you will be able to perform productively at every point in your life, because your children requires a different you at every point of time.
Every point of time.
जब
Because
वो
again,
बहुत
change
छोटा
is
सा
the
है.
only thing that remains constant, right?
यस. सो जब वो छोटा सा है, वो डिपेंडेंट है आप पे हर चीज के लिए. विद टाइम वो थोड़ा सा इंडिपेंडेंट होगा, फिर और इंडिपेंडेंट होगा. यू विल सी कि ओ चलो अब आसानी हो गई है. बट नो, देयर कम्स अ टाइम कि वो थोड़ा और बड़ा हो रहा है, फिर वो सोसाइटल प्रेशर आ रहा है, फिर बिहेवियरल चेंजेस आ रही हैं. सो यू हैव टू बी द काउंसलर, यू हैव टू बी एवरीथिंग. और एक रिसर्च के हिसाब से ये भी है कि द वुमेन who has been on the hold for her career, and करियर था बट छोड़ दिया, बच्चे देखे, हाउस होल्ड देखा, हर चीज मैनेज की, वो जब कम बैक करती है अपने काम पे, सो she has more abilities to be the leader or to be a manager, क्योंकि वो अपने एंड पे 3 डिसीजंस में से एक डिसीजन पिक करना, 2 बातों में से एक जगह करना, डिसीजन मेकिंग, लीडरशिप क्वालिटीज, हाउ आर यू डेलीगेटिंग योर वर्क. अगर मुझे रिक्वायरमेंट थी जब मेरा सेकंड बॉर्न हुआ, द फर्स्ट वन वाज 5, अगर आई एम डूइंग समथिंग वेरी, कुछ बहुत ही अर्जेंट कुछ कर रही हूँ, एंड इफ आई आस्क माय एल्डर वन to be around my chota wala baby to change the diaper or give me the nappy or provide me something, I'm delegating something. leadership qualities build हो रही हैं, बच्चा भी देख रहा है कि कैसे delegation हो रही है, मतलब you are managing a lot of things in your own world.
Right.
दैट इज डेफिनेटली एक एम्पावरमेंट आपके अंदर विद टाइम, ग्रोथ, प्रोग्रेस, हर चीज की विद टाइम एक आ रही है. सो अ वुमन जो एक ब्रेक पे है एंड शी वांट कम बैक टू pursue the passion, has more power and more abilities. And I would say कि जो भी अपना passion pursue करना चाहते हैं, they should make one progress a
Okay.
day. Yeah,
Again, it's
that matters to you.
rightly said that slow and steady wins the race. So yes, someone actually said that after probably a lot of experience and research, I believe. Okay, yes, once
Yeah.
like एनी पर्सन हम एक दिन में प्रोडक्टिव काम जितना कर लेंगे और डे टू डे हमारी प्रोग्रेस एड अप होगी तो देयर वुड बी अ टाइम व्हेन इट वुड फाइनली एड अप टू अ ह्यूज सक्सेस और अ प्रॉपर आई मीन समथिंग होलसम. एंड एक होता है कि आप एक ही दिन में बहुत सारे वो होता है इंसान को इतनी एंग्जाइटी कि डूइंग 10 थिंग्स ऑल टुगेदर बट अगेन नॉट एबल टू मैनेज वन थिंग प्रॉपर्ली. So
Yeah.
again, it's about the right mix and match of balance and the right choices made at the
Yes.
right time, just like you mentioned, and catering some more comments on the way.
Yeah.
So yes,
So,
I wish second this thing that yes, progress a day. It's actually one thing a day. If something really impressive. And hello, Habiba. Yes, I can see you.
hi.
And okay, so someone is saying that you have a lot of knowledge to share. Thank you. So people are appreciating, mashallah. And see, I'm
Thank
glad.
you.
And yes, there's this comment. What is she saying? Or if you want to study something else, okay, so Mavish said that if one wants to study something else and change their career path at any point of time, so they can also
Exactly.
do that.
Yes. There are
Yeah.
opportunities and you have to, search about it. Whatever the, आपने कुछ भी पढ़ा हुआ है, कुछ पढ़ के आपने ब्रेक लिया हुआ है. Now your interest lies somewhere, but आपकी जैसे अब if I talk about myself, I've always dreamt कि corporate job हो, this and that. But आपकी requirement different हो गई. Now I have kids. My priority is them too. तो अब I cannot be there एकदम से. So I have to take my baby steps, and why not, start something on your own, be your own boss.
Very true. Because again,
Yeah,
corporate jobs, the timings that are there are pretty,
definitely.
long, and again, then family time is sacrificed somehow.
And it might work for somebody, but not working for me as an
Hmm.
individual. So that can be the case for many women and many mothers actually. उनको कुछ करना है, but they can't be somewhere for the whole 9 to 5 hours, and 9 to 5 means 8 to 7 or 8, because it's not 9 to 5 actually in a corporate world. So that
Okay.
requires a lot of time and a lot of energy towards your job. You
I
can
have a
always
question for
choose.
you,
Yeah.
Binish. I have a question that what would you say for some motivation for those mommies who are actually again working women, but who have to drop their children at the daycare or with some other guardian and they leave off to work and then there is always some sort of this mom guilt that is there. I've heard a lot of my colleagues and other people also talking about it. कि यार कहीं ना कहीं दुख
Mm.
होता है कि बच्चे को उतना टाइम नहीं दिया, all of
Mm.
that. So,
Mm.
what would you say about that, like to motivate the listeners and mothers?
See, then again, यहाँ वो वुमेन भी आ गई जो अपना पैशन शौक से कर रही है फुलफिल.
Hmm.
वो भी आ
Very true.
गई जिनकी जरूरत है,
Absolutely.
सिंगल मदर हैं, या तो
Hmm.
दे डोंट हैव एन ऑप्शन. इसमें कि
Yes.
दे हैव टू गो आउट एंड दे हैव टू वर्क. सो सिनेरियोज एंड सर्कमस्टेंसेस यहाँ पर भी चेंज है. बट यू नो इस गिल्ट को हटाने के लिए दे कैन थिंक कि वो जो चीज अपने बच्चे को प्रोवाइड कर रही हैं वो कोई और नहीं कर सकता.
Absolutely.
बट देन अगेन वो अगर बाहर जाकर कमा रही है और बच्चा डे केयर में है तो वो अगर वो कमाएंगी नहीं तो वो शायद जो और चीजें बच्चे को देना चाह रहे हैं मे बी स्टडीज एंटरटेनमेंट और
A
कोई
good
भी
life.
लग्जरी लाइफ की या नीड्स लाइफ की
Hmm.
जो भी है वांट्स हैं आपकी नीड्स हैं
Hmm.
जो भी हैं तो वो कोई और नहीं आके प्रोवाइड करने वाला उनको अगर तो वो
Very true.
एज अ नीड जॉब पे जा रहे हैं. तो इस गिल्ट को हटाने के लिए दे कैन ऑलवेज फील के जो वो कर रहे हैं वो कोई नहीं कर सकता उनके बच्चों के लिए. एंड देयर विल कम अ टाइम जब वो इतने प्रो या बैलेंस हो जाएंगे उस चीज में और इस पोजीशन पे होंगे कि वो अपने बच्चों को क्वालिटी टाइम भी दे सकेंगे और टाइम स्पेंड भी कर सकेंगे बिकॉज फिर वो पोजीशन उनकी जो you see the managerial position require more time of you as a worker in the company, but then again there comes a leverage also for the people who are at top level management or something. तो वो leverage भी उनको मिलेगा, perks भी मिलेंगे. So definitely जो ये वाला phase है डे केयर वाला वो हमेशा नहीं रहेगा. इट विल चेंज. बच्चा बड़ा होगा वो डे केयर नहीं जाएगा. आपको नैनी की या गार्डियन की या किसी की हेल्प की भी एक टाइम आएगा जब जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. बट देन
Uh,
यू आर द प्रोवाइडर फॉर योर चाइल्ड. और अगर तो वो एज अ पैशन कर रहे हैं देन अगेन ये उनकी प्रायोरिटी सेटिंग है. they took the decision to send the child to the daycare because that worked for them. And then वो अपनी गिल्ट को इस तरह भी कर सकते हैं कि वो क्वांटिटी ओवर क्वालिटी पे काम कर रहे हैं. आई मीन क्वालिटी ओवर क्वांटिटी पे काम कर रहे हैं बिकॉज दे आर नॉट देयर 24/7 बट व्हेन दे आर देयर दे आर प्रेजेंट. सो
Time management
दैट्स व्हाट.
also plays a very vital role over here, by the way.
यस.
Like, एक होता है ना कि when one just continues to work to the phase of burnout, and again that self care thing would come in, what you just discussed a while back. So again, people who even are working for the need of time and not exactly their passion lane, because they have to because they don't have any other options that they're left with. So yeah, अगर थोड़ा सा effective और efficiently हम time management को भी लेके चले तो somehow somewhat things can be balanced. And वही जैसे
डेफिनेटली.
अगर हफ्ते में एक दो दिन निकाल लिए बच्चों को specific time देना ही है, उनके साथ एक time out करना है and all that. So yeah.
Organizing, managing your routines,
Hmm.
you spending time
Yes.
as the good time with your kids,
The
disconnect with social
entertainment time
media
wala.
for a
Hmm.
small break, take a break, disconnect yourself with social media, keep your phones, emails
Hmm.
away, everything
Digital
away,
detox
and
and
that's
all.
your,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you definitely being a working woman, you can't keep your phone 24 hours away or something कि भाई अब weekend आ गया है या कुछ आ गया है. So if you're your own boss you have to be on something every time.
Hmm.
The work requires your attention also. But थोड़ी देर का 1-2 घंटे का social media disconnection, give your time to your kids, undivided attention, quality time, go out with them, anything. Guilt को जैसे हमने ये जो 5 points देखे अभी
Hmm.
जो कंसिडर करने होते हैं एज टू चूज बिटवीन क्या करना
Work
चाह रहे हैं
and
हम. ठीक
hmm.
है, जगलिंग कर रहे हैं, बैलेंस कर रहे हैं, नहीं कर रहे, करना चाहते हैं, नहीं चाहते. तो उसमें ये गिल्ट, प्रायोरिटाइजिंग एंड सब चीजें कंसिडर की जाती हैं कि एक अदर अपने एंगल से इस बात को सोच रही होती है कि व्हाट डू आई वांट, हाउ डू आई वांट, व्हाई वुड दिस बी दिस, ये होगा तो कैसा होगा, ये कितने टाइम में होगा. और एवरीथिंग accumulate करके चलते हैं. सो इन द एंड अगर आप अर्न कर रहे हैं और प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं हर वो चीज जो आप दे रहे हैं एज अ ब्रेड वाइनर, तो विनर, तो फिर आप कर रहे हैं वो. You don't have a choice with that. Like single mothers don't have a choice. So they are working hard
Absolutely.
and I really appreciate them कि वो
Appreciate.
कितना tough time देखते हैं because कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में पूरा दिन रहने के बाद एनर्जी का क्या हाल होता है, और उसके बाद अपने बच्चों को टाइम देना, एंड देन उनकी एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर पे भी, एंड देन अरेंजमेंट्स भी करना, एक
Hmm.
अरेंजमेंट भी करना कि मे बी उनके ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स या चाइल्ड केयर टेकर जो भी देख रहा है, वो एक पूरा अरेंजमेंट करना, एंड वो भी सिर्फ स्ट्रेस लेस नहीं होता, यू हैव टू बी देयर एट so many points.
Hmm. And again,
It's not
each
easy, but
job
एक औरत कर सकती है सब कुछ
बिल्कुल कर सकती है,
अगर वो
एंड
करना
ईच
चाहे.
जॉब comes with its own baggages, I believe, इमोशनल
Yeah.
भी और फिजिकल काम का लोड भी, क्योंकि कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड के अगेन इट हैज इट्स ओन पर्क्स एंड देन अगेन कॉन्स आर वेरी मच देयर. सेम गोस फॉर द एजुकेशन इंडस्ट्री, मतलब एजुकेटर्स हैं,
Mhm.
टीचर्स हैं, दे काइंड ऑफ गो टू द स्कूल सिंगल हैंडेडली, बट जब आते हैं तो ऑल द टेकिंग एंड ग्रेडिंग एंड वर्क एंड प्लानिंग एंड स्टफ, so again they're also like it's kind of a 24 hours work. It's not like they're just like going, हाँ बस इतना है. Apparently and comparatively, they're back a bit earlier than the other, working hours. But again, they have
Mhm.
to do a lot of work from home as well while they're, like out of school at that time. So
Yeah,
yes, again, how
definitely.
efficiently, how effectively, कितने अच्छे तरीके से balance करना है, parent ने कैसे चलना है बच्चों के साथ, that has a huge impact. And by the way, how do you feel coming back into the like working phase slowly and gradually after this mommy phase? So how is your experience so far?
As in, see, if you have a passion or you have some, you've, I've always kept myself connected with something, some network or the other, some course or some work, may it be the invigilation work or something, to be connected, that I'm doing something, some online works. And I have a son, my elder one, when he was 3 or 4, and I had no job. So I was like, kuch karna hai. I used to edit the videos and everything. So I started his YouTube channel. And the only reason I started his YouTube channel was to give him the confidence of public speaking, the skills
Boost
of
and
public
all.
speaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
तो ये सारा जो था, मैंने चैनल बनाया, अब उसमें मैं मेरा पैशन टू चेंज द टू एडिट द वीडियोस, पिक्चर्स, वॉइस ओवर्स एंड एवरीथिंग, एप्स के ऊपर फोन से काम करना या कुछ भी, माय फ्री टाइम. बट आई एम लर्निंग उस पूरे फेज में, आई हैव लर्नड अ लॉट. आई हैव एक्सप्लोर्ड डिफरेंट एप्लीकेशंस. आई हैव मेड माय सन लर्न अ लॉट. तो इसीलिए it works as you want to work for yourself. So I was not working as a professional somewhere, but I was running my son's YouTube channel as an editor, as a something. तो उससे वॉइस ओवर्स करवाना, एडिट करवाना, शूट्स करना, कंटेंट क्रिएट करना, इट्स अ होल लॉट ऑफ वर्क. एंड ये अपग्रेशन थी विद टाइम. जिस चीज की मुझे नीड फील हुई, वो मैंने रिसर्च किया, वो मैंने अप्रोच किया उन लोगों को जिनसे मुझे हेल्प चाहिए थी और पूछना था कुछ. सो यू हैव टू, आप प्रोफेशनल वर्क नहीं भी कर रहे, बट यू आर डूइंग समथिंग, सो यू हैव टू बी इन दैट जोन ऑफ कीपिंग योर
Again,
सेल्फ कनेक्टेड.
mashallah, that is so cool. I mean, as you just said, that bachas do get inspired by what their moms do and
Yes,
stuff. And then again, from this very tiny age, mashallah, you're like inculcating all those important technical skills into the child that are already the need of the time. Because, I mean,
yes.
in this era, one can not just not do away without, I mean, these things. So by the time he actually like grows up to that particular age of, of like a middle school boy, mashallah, he'll already have his hands on a lot of things due to your efforts.
Definitely, whatever you are learning, you share it
Hmm.
with your kids. As a
Yes.
tutor, as a teacher, as a influencer, as many things. ठीक है. तो वो आप अपने बच्चे में इंस्टिल भी कर रहे हैं. मैं कोई भी नया टूल देखती हूँ या सीखती हूँ, तो बड़े वाले बेटे के साथ कम एक्सप्लोर दिस, ये मामा ने देखा है ये, एंड ही गेट्स इम्प्रेस. So we are impressing our kids. So that's what, अभी वो impress होने से मतलब ये है कि they will also have that sense of um, कह लें
Creativity, sense
आप,
of creativity, or
yeah, कि
sense
when my
of like
mama is so
exploration.
updated, my although he knows that I'm not going to the office, I'm not coming back around 8 or something, but he knows, yeah, yahan I am stuck, I should ask my mama. If he's
Very true.
exploring the laptop, he comes to me, mama इसका क्या, अच्छा ओ आपको कितना पता है. So आप अपग्रेडेड रहेंगे, You can teach your kids, and once they are in that age कि वो अपने settlement है, you can always bounce back and hop into the work that you want to as
Right.
a career.
Lovely, lovely. So it was really wholesome, mashallah, listening to you. And I mean, I am sure that our viewers also must have gotten a lot of inspiration, and people who would continue to watch our stream definitely would, have a thing or two to take away from this, wholesome discourse that we just had. Because again, there were a lot of pro tips of, how to juggle with your work and then, again, your kids and motherhood, because see, motherhood is a blessing, and I mean, definitely it should be,
Definitely.
celebrated. It should be celebrated. ना
Yes.
कि वो जो लोग फील करते हैं कि हाय अल्लाह शादी हो गई या बच्चे हो गए अब जिम्मेदारियां इतनी आ गई है हमारा करियर रह गया, like not like
Mm-hmm.
that, you see, because again वही बात कि a woman if she wills she can do everything. So
Everything.
अगर हम इस तरह से चाहे ना तो like every single thing is possible. But again, one just
Mm-hmm.
has to have the nerve of anything in general. And then again, the theory that Venus just shared a while back, the research-based theory
The
of the
progress
scientist or
principle.
psychologist, yes,
Yeah,
the
the
progress
researcher.
principle.
Yeah, the progress principle.
So, yeah, so that
So
can be very much,
just
be
keep
put
that
into
in your
practice.
mind. Yeah, keep that
Hmm.
in your mind. One progress a day that on something that matters to you. Anything, anything. Be it a technical learning, be it your educational learning, be it a skill. क्रोशे का शौक हो गया है, बेकिंग का शौक हो गया है, कोई भी शौक हो
Yes.
गया है, एनीथिंग,
Hmm.
यू नो, anything can turn into your passion and that can make that craze vibe in yourself कि वो आप
Hmm.
जो हैं you will say कि नहीं, I have to start up this as my startup or
Very
something,
true. And
you
then
know.
again, I mean,
Yeah.
post the pandemic, we already see a lot of opportunities like working from home and freelancing, and again, creating
Yes.
our startups. So the world, the universe is our opportunity. I mean, like what not? थोड़ा सा
Yes.
एक्सप्लोर करने की और वही वाली बात है, स्पार्क और क्रिएटिविटी लाने की देर होती है. One just not lose their spark ever, no matter what happens under any circumstance. And again,
Mm-hmm.
it's always very, I mean, lovely having people on you like people like you on board, and I mean, listening to their inspiring stories because they're, I mean, really motivating, and definitely, I mean, I'm sure a very good, push up for a lot of mothers, parents out there who wanted that motivation, who wanted that nudge. Kind of, when
Pleasure.
people are like kind of feeling a bit low, क्या
Yes.
पता, people's moods
We
might
all
have
have
lightened
those
up,
low moments in our life, but we have
highs
to
and lows.
speak to our brain and to
Hmm.
ourselves to calm down. Everything has a time, everything has its own timeline. You will be there somewhere. And blaming kids or, saying that this has put a full stop on your career and this you can't do that. There will come a time. There will come a time for everything because छोटे बच्चे छोटे ही नहीं रहेंगे. They will grow up.
Definitely.
And if you keep upgrading yourself with them with time, so आप उनके साथ भी उनको भी upgraded रख रहे हैं, and then it's never difficult for you to hop back in wherever you want to, as in your career. So
And I just
yeah.
a quote just came in my mind right now. Like it's one of my very favorite quotes out of the two that are very close to my heart. Basically, it's again somewhat relating to women empowerment. You can also say it's like, nevertheless, she persisted. I really don't remember the
Yes.
quote is as to who said it, but again,
Mm-hmm.
nevertheless, she persisted is how it goes, and it's like no matter again what happens, one must just be so persistent and perseverance and वो एक consistency होनी चाहिए ना बस, मतलब एक औरत के अंदर, एक mother के अंदर. Because again, I believe out of all the creations of the nature, the Almighty, a woman is the one who's actually, who has to bear a lot of,
Yes.
responsibilities, and I mean,
Yes.
emotional and all sorts of baggages from everyone. A lot of expectations are
And why
there.
is that? Because अल्लाह ने हमें बनाया ही ऐसा है, और जो स्ट्रेंथ
Resilient है ना,
हमारे पास है वो नहीं है किसी के पास. वो
नहीं है,
नहीं
और ये मान लेना
है.
चाहिए हम लोगों को.
जी.
So yes, that
आई मीन
was really true.
दूसरे जेंडर के पास उनकी स्ट्रेंथ्स हैं, वो
उनकी
प्रोटेक्टर हैं, वो
डेफिनेटली.
प्रोवाइडर हैं, बट जो एक पेशेंस लेवल औरत में है, जो नर्चर केयर एंड देन अगेन जब जरूरत पड़ेगी शी
Endurance.
हैज अ
Yes.
स्ट्रेंथ, शी कैन डू एनीथिंग. to, nurture and take care of their kids. She can be the provider, she can be the protector, but of course एक strength है औरत के पास जो है,
Motherhood comes
she
with its,
can do.
own, like,
Yes,
strengths and, like you can say that power and all that. I mean, it's just, once suddenly they never knew they had all of that, but it suddenly unleashes, as and when needed. Suddenly वो एकदम
mm,
से it's like I think it's inbuilt. वो by default अल्लाह ने कोई ऐसा
definitely
सॉफ्टवेयर वो डाला हुआ है मतलब in
डाला
the
हुआ है,
female,
yes,
yeah.
औरत
So
में, yeah.
बिल्कुल. So anything else that you would just like to add up before we conclude?
No, just that every person has a different circumstances. अपने circumstances के हिसाब से you have to take your own decision. Nothing on your mental health, nothing as a stress, nothing as a fight. You have to work as per your scenario. That's it.
Thank you so much, Venus. It was lovely
Thank
having
you.
you, and I'm sure you're most welcome, dear. And it's a pleasure, in fact, listening to you, though I'm not at all a biological mother, but it's always, amazing listening to all these things. And yes, I'm sure a lot of friends, colleagues, people who have been, hearing you out, must have gotten to know as to, how to work with this progress principle. I mean, the takeaway that I would find from this session is this progress principle. I really, loved the fact about how to go, by things like one at a time and not to stress or overburden ourselves. And again,
Yeah,
inshallah, yes, I hope it also works for all the other people. So
inshallah.
thank you so much for all of you who participated and appreciated in the chat. And inshallah, looking forward to other opinions and suggestions or comments if any are there, and we'll be catering to them inshallah soon enough. And until next time, take care. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you.
Hafiz. Hafiz.